Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today we have another video here that we are going to be reacting to from Swag Now, as you can see, this is a near hour-long video, so I'm not going to waste too much time on the intro. I'm just going to go ahead and get to this video because I already know, if you've been, with me for a while now, then you'll know that every time I pause to give my thoughts, it could go on for a bit, which could make this video well over an hour long. So let's just go ahead and get introductions out of the way. As always, guys, a link to this video will be available in the description, and a link to Swag Kage's channel will also be available in the description. Guys, make sure to head on over there, subscribe to him, watch this video and watch all of his videos. Make sure to leave likes, share them out there, comment, and basically everything else that the YouTube algorithm absolutely loves. And maybe consider doing the same for this video that you guys are watching. Consider leaving a like, share, subscribe. If you're new, make sure to click the bell icon to be notified whenever I post a new video, and make sure to comment down below with whatever your thoughts are. And if you have any videos out there you want me to react to and give my thoughts on, just tell me about them in the comment section down below and I will get to them. Now let's go ahead and get to this video. And yeah, you might want to sit back, maybe grab a drink, sit back and relax, because oh boy, I can already tell this is going to be a probably a well over an hour-long video. So let's just go ahead and get started.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Swag Kage here, and today I'm going to be revisiting...
Oh yeah, this is Naruto vs. Sasuke at every point in the series. Just real quick, we did do another reaction that is similar to this, but this is a different one. And if you are interested in checking out that version, I will leave a link to it at the end of this video.
An old topic from, it must have been like 6 years ago or something, but I'm not going to be alone. I brought my buddy Six with me. Say hi to everybody.
Hello.
So I'll also leave a link to Six's channel in the description of this video as well, guys. So make sure to go check him out.
You guys can no doubt tell from the title, this is going to be an analysis of who would win in a fight between Naruto and Sasuke at every point in the story. So generally, the rules for these fights are going to be that the version of Naruto we pick has to have a corresponding version of Sasuke that we pick.
So let me know, guys, in the comments, who do you think would win between Naruto and Sasuke at every point in the story? So we've got, well, maybe the Academy doesn't really count because it's kind of obvious who would win at that point. So let's say Land of Waves, Naruto vs. Sasuke, Chunin Exams, Naruto vs. Sasuke, Konoha Crush, Naruto vs. Sasuke. Well, Search for Tsunade doesn't count because Sasuke wasn't awake at that point. So okay, let's see, beginning of the Sasuke retrieval arc. So Sasuke and Naruto's fight versus at the hospital, and then Naruto versus Sasuke at the end of the Sasuke retrieval arc, and then you have Naruto versus Sasuke at the what is it, the Tenchi, when they got together in the Tenchi Bridge arc, and then you have Naruto and Sasuke at the Akatsuki Suppression arc, Naruto versus Sasuke at the what happens after that? Yeah, well, there's the battle between brothers, and the there's the prophecy, the battle between brothers, and then Pain Invasion Naruto, so Sage Mode Naruto against Mangekyo Sharingan Sasuke, and then you have Kyuubi Chakra Mode Naruto versus I guess technically EMS Sasuke, and then you have Kyuubi Chakra Mode 2 Naruto versus EMS Sasuke, Kyuubi Chakra Mode 2 Naruto with Sage Mode against EMS Sasuke, and then you of course have Six Path Sage Mode Naruto versus Rinnegan Sasuke. But then there's different points because you have both of them when they first got these powers, and then you have them at the final valley when they fought against each other. So there's different points in the series where they go up against each other. Just let me know in the comments who you think would win at each of those points in the story
As well. So we're not going to throw like Land of Waves Naruto up against Chunin Exam Sasuke or anything like that.
Well, no, I mean that wouldn't really be a fair
fight.
fight.
Right. It is going to be at congruent parts of the story that we pick both versions of each character from. So it should be fairly simple and easy to understand. And it's also not like a team battle or anything like that either, just in case anybody's confused. It's one-on-one, just who would win at each given point. Now that that's out of the way, let's just go right ahead and get started. So the first section is the first arc. We're not gonna do any academy stuff or whatever. We're gonna start where the story
All right, so no
begins
academy stuff
with the Land of Waves.
because it's kind of
And
obvious.
Six and I both agree, and I think most of you guys will agree that Sasuke takes this pretty handily.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's kind of obvious.
He beat the Demon Brothers.
He annihilated the Demon Brothers.
The Demon Brothers.
Like,
Sorry, not to
he
downplay.
flexed on
Not to
them.
downplay. But Naruto just frozen in fear. Clearly, just not on Sasuke's level. They do have good teamwork at this point, though.
Yes.
Right, against Zabuza, but that's not correlating to an actual battle between the two. That's more so just making plans. Sasuke's definitely the better ninja, the stronger ninja, and I think that's just implied, right? Like
Yes.
Sasuke's the genius, he's got it. Naruto doesn't yet.
I mean,
trying to get it.
narratively, like the whole thing is that Naruto has to work his way up to Sasuke's level. Sasuke's a goalpost for him, and Naruto definitely doesn't surpass him here in the first arc. Obviously not.
Yeah.
I
mean, this is a little bit after the bell test, right? And it's like
in the
days
bell
after
test,
the bell
Sasuke's
test.
performance was just like dwarfing Naruto's. There was
Yeah.
no comparison
yeah,
whatsoever.
not even close.
Kakashi's like, I can't read while I fight this guy.
Yeah, he actually had to fight Sasuke.
Yeah, he
one-on-one.
actually had to take him a little bit
He was
seriously.
surprised at Sasuke's performance too. Like aside from that, like
Yes.
he's like Ginny shouldn't be able to use fire style and whatnot. So yeah, and that's another thing. Sasuke already knows nature transformations and whatnot. Naruto has no idea. He won't learn that until later on in Shippuden.
Yeah,
So-
Naruto doesn't learn that until like the halfway point of the series. So
Yeah.
you know, Sasuke is just way ahead
Well, a
of
little
him.
bit beyond the halfway point of the series.
They
I guess.
do seem to have pretty similar fundamentals, as shown by the fact that they both make it to the top of the tree in the tree climbing exercise at about the same time.
Yeah.
But in terms of combat skill, arsenal, power, speed, all that, Sasuke is just superior in every relevant category. The only exception, or like asterisk I want to throw in here, is obviously if Naruto gets the same Nine Tails boost as he got against Haku, that version of Naruto just destroys Sasuke.
Yeah,
It's
Sasuke
not
wouldn't be
fair at
able
all.
to do anything against
Yeah.
that.
But I think that it's like, it would be weird to give this round to Naruto based on those merits, because there's no reason to assume that he would actually start using the Nine Tails chakra in
Yeah,
a
because
fight
that was a
against
special
Sasuke.
circumstance.
The reason that came out when he was fighting Haku is because he thought Haku killed Sasuke, and it was a rage emotion thing.
Yeah, there's just no way he would think Sasuke killed Sasuke and do the same thing.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
really like a super technicality that you just can't include. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, he would beat him, but realistically, that's not going to happen.
So round one is going to go to Sasuke.
Yep.
The next section is the Forest of Death. And I'm not going to be talking about them base to base.
So
because
I'm just curious because they talk about Naruto versus Sasuke at every point in the series. I wonder if they're only talking about the Naruto, just the Naruto manga alone, or if they are also going to go beyond when the like, are they going to go into the Boruto era stuff? Because I don't know. I feel like it's really interesting to discuss between those two, like who would win.
because that's not really interesting. I mean, they're still pretty similar to how they were in the Land of Waves. So if it's like at the start of the Forest of Death, Sasuke fights Naruto, Sasuke's probably going to win. The more interesting conversation, and it requires me to fairly early on in the video break the rules I laid out at the beginning. But the more interesting conversation is Sasuke with the curse mark versus Naruto with the Nine Tails boost. Right, the Naruto that fought against Orochimaru, damaged the snake, versus the Sasuke that fought against the Sound Team, Dosu, Zaku, and Kin. Now, this one is a little bit harder to answer because neither of them have super direct scaling to one another. But what I will say is that Sasuke's performance against Orochimaru with just his Sharingan was pretty similar to Naruto's performance against Orochimaru with the Nine Tails chakra. So if you were to give Sasuke the curse mark boost on top of that, he would probably win.
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, 100%, bro. I mean, Sasuke with the curse mark, he outperformed Lee, even first gate weighted Lee.
Yes.
Throw that in there. Don't attack me. He outperformed first grade weightedly against the Sound Ninja, and Naruto got folded by him right in the beginning of the prelims with the in beginning of the Forest of Death or whatever. So Sasuke is clearly just gonna take that round, and even if you throw in the Nine Tails amp, it's not gonna be that much. Orochimaru didn't even like flinch at Naruto using that, and then Sasuke, you know, he did his little performance or whatever. You could say he's mental amped if you want to.
But he
And
melted off Orochimaru's face.
Yeah,
you know? Like,
and Orochimaru chose him like right there. Like, yeah, this is the guy. So,
he basically says something to the effect of, "Oh, you're his brother, all right." You know, he's already comparing Sasuke to Itachi and stuff. So he clearly sees something special in Sasuke.
I always did like, these these comments by other characters who, know of both, Sasuke and Itachi, is that, for a long time, like Itachi has been shown to just have such like mastery over, the Sharingan and its abilities. And yet you get comments from Orochimaru, and then later you get one from Obito. Like, for example, right here, you can see and conceal things with those eyes of yours that Itachi himself never dreamed of. Basically saying that Sasuke has the potential to actually surpass Itachi, which is kind of crazy because, again, like, you find out that Itachi was already so crazy talented at such a young age. And obviously later on we are to, find out that, Sasuke being who he is, yeah, it's kind of understandable. And then, of course, you had the other comments by Obito saying that when he was talking to Conan and Pain, that Itachi or Sasuke's, coming along well. Soon his eyes will surpass even Itachi's, which is, again, like, in a way, a compliment to both characters because they, again, they acknowledge, Itachi's talent, but saying that, yeah, Sasuke has the potential to surpass even him. And then later, Orochimaru says that, no, dude, you'll surpass even Madara, which is crazy.
Before Sasuke gets the curse mark power boost. So there's just no world where Naruto wins this fight in base or with either of their special power-ups. I just can't see it. I think that Sasuke wins categorically, no matter which version of the characters you use from the Forest of Death. So we're going to tally up another point for Sasuke on the board.
All right, so far it's 2-0.
Next up is the Chunin exam preliminaries. And Naruto finally gets his first W. But unfortunately, it's not like a fair one. The reason Naruto wins here isn't on his own merits. It's not because he got significantly stronger since the Forest of Death or anything, but it's because Sasuke is not in good shape during the Chunin exam preliminaries because the curse mark is messing with him badly. So
he also can't use his Sharingan at this point, right? I'm pretty sure he says he can't use his Sharingan at this point in the prelims.
Yeah,
he can't use any ninjutsu at this point.
Yeah, he's basically limited to taijutsu.
Sasuke's not really doing it. Even the arguments we were given earlier, it was more so when Sasuke's using his super ninjutsu tricks and his Sharingan to get it over on Orochimaru. Especially base Sasuke drained of chakra, and the curse mark messing with him, putting him in physical pain, literal physical pain. Yeah, he's not getting it over on Naruto, who basically just has auto healing. So
now there is an argument to be made that if he manages to hit Naruto with the Lion's Barrage, he might win the fight. But I don't know if he'd bust that out like on Naruto specifically, because he didn't know the guy he was fighting, and he went all the way out. And the other thing, too, is, like Six said, Naruto has auto-healing, so that might not put him down anyway.
Yeah, like he might get up after that and just be like, I'm not going down, and then just beat Sasuke up anyway.
Yeah.
But
so
either way, it's a point on the board for Naruto.
Yeah, Naruto is the more likely of the two to win the fight here. Next up, we have the Chunin exam finals. And so I will say here that I'm not going to do like a separate version of Naruto for, say, Neji fight Naruto and Gaara fight Naruto. because it's the same character.
Yeah, it's
They're
basically the same
hours
person.
apart. There's no special training or anything like that. The only difference is mentality. But even then, the main difference between how Naruto performed in his fight against Neji and how Naruto performed in his fight against Gaara is that in one of those fights, he summoned a massive, like, Sannin level summon to help him fight.
Yeah.
And if he does that against Sasuke and convinces Gamabunta to listen to him, then obviously he wins. But Gamabunta's not going to listen to him. It was a very, 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 very special set of circumstances that allowed Naruto to convince him to fight Gaara.
I mean, he was
The main
face
thing
to
was
face with
that
one of
he
the tail
accidentally
beasts. So.
summoned Gamakichi. Gamabunta wanted to protect Gamakichi, and Naruto had to point out that Gamakichi was there in the first place. Otherwise, Gamabunta would probably just leave the stadium, you know, and Naruto would have used all that chakra for nothing.
For
Granted,
nothing,
the chakra
yeah.
probably wouldn't be a huge deal to him because he has a lot of it, but Gamabunta is a non-factor here. So the real question is...
Keep in mind, at the time, like, Naruto needed to rely on the Nine Tails' chakra to be able to summon Gamabunta. So, like, yeah, Naruto himself, well, don't get me wrong, he had a lot of chakra. Don't get me wrong, even at that young of an age. But, like, it's kind of acknowledged at that point that Naruto, unfortunately, at that time, didn't have enough, control over his chakra to be able to use what's actually necessary to summon Gamabunta. That's why he had to tap into Kurama's chakra, because Naruto's like chakra control at that point pretty much sucked balls. So that's why Jiraiya had to teach him to be able to tap into Kurama's chakra to make up for the chakra that he needed to summon Gamabunta. Because if Naruto relied on his own chakra, the most that he could do was summon Gamakichi, as we just saw.
Could Naruto, with that Nine Tails amp from his fight against Neji, beat Sasuke? And I don't think so. No.
No, he's not winning. I mean, man, I really don't want to talk about Sasuke versus Lee, but I think I'm going to have to bring it up. I mean, like, Sasuke, he's like on par with Lee in speed.
Yes.
I think that's fair to say, right? I don't think I should get attacked for that.
No, I
And
don't
Lee-
No,
think
that
so.
much is stated.
Yeah, Lee is faster than Neji. I think that's pretty clear too. So, I mean, Sasuke is faster than Naruto, and now he has Chidori, which Naruto just is not avoiding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
so,
Naruto.
I mean, like, Naruto should have the capability of summoning Gamabunta, but like Swag said, that's just not gonna help him here. Gamabunta
Yeah,
is not
'cause-
gonna listen to him.
Again, like, he's not gonna listen to Naruto to say, "Hey, I need you to beat up this 12-year-old kid in front of me." Like, Gamabunta's gonna tell him to fuck off. So summoning Gamabunta is unfortunately not an option. And this is something that I've sometimes seen people say that if Naruto summons Gamabunta, then he's pretty much it. Like, that's it. He's screwed. And even during their fight at the Valley of the End, some people said, well, if Naruto summoned Gamabunta, then Sasuke wouldn't be able to do anything. And it's like, actually, no, because what was Gamabunta going to do? Like, it doesn't matter what the situation was. Gamabunta, sorry, I got confused there for a second. He wasn't going to look at Naruto and say that, yeah, I'm not fighting. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? I'm not going to fight this 12-year-old kid. Get away from me. And he's just going to fuck off. So summoning Gamabunta wouldn't have done anything, and Naruto would have just wasted chakra on nothing, which is something that I think a lot of people, and granted, I had this pointed out to me even when, in certain cases that, a lot of people keep saying that, well, if certain person did this, then it would have been different. But it's like, actually, no, because it wouldn't have helped, and the character knew this. I think even Naruto during their fight at the Valley in the end knew that Gamabunta probably wasn't going to do anything against Sasuke. You see what I mean? Like, I don't think that would have helped at all.
So, I mean, it's really like a Sasuke W, especially if Sasuke's at full power. Because, I mean, even in the Konoha Crush, like, forest portion of the fight where Sasuke's losing to Gaara, it's just because he keeps spamming Chidoris at him. And if Sasuke happens to pull out the curse mark on Naruto like he did with Gaara, he's going to tear him in half.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just another W on the board for Sasuke. So what is
Yeah,
3-1
it's just not fair for Naruto at all. Sasuke's just, I mean, he beats up Gaara without his Sharingan. You know, he's advanced so much in the time there was already a gap between him and Naruto, and Kakashi really maximized the time that he took to train Sasuke. So, like, I think that Naruto just, it's not as much of a blowout as, say, in the Land of Waves. I think if Naruto, like, taps into his Nine Tails power, he actually does give Sasuke a decent fight, but he definitely doesn't win under any circumstances.
Yeah.
Even if he makes a bunch of clones, and I mean, like, a bunch of clones, that probably won't help him either. It'll be like one of those scenes in the series where you have Naruto throw all his clones at somebody and they just like dodge them and pop them over and over. I mean, like Sasuke did when they fought on the hospital rooftop, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, like Six said, gonna mark this one up for Sasuke. Current score: 1 Naruto, 3 Sasuke.
And that's so the whole shadow clone thing, like that's another thing that I've seen so many people bring up. It's like, well, if Naruto just makes like 1,000 clones, I mean, what the hell is Sasuke gonna do? And it's like, do you guys keep forgetting that it wouldn't be the first time Sasuke's, because they usually bring it up at the what is it, at the their fight at the Valley of the End at the end of the series, like, you know, like Naruto could just bring out like 1,000 clones. And like, what's Sasuke gonna do then? It's like he's just gonna do what he's been, what he's already done before. Whenever Naruto brings out those clones, it's like he's just gonna either dodge or just keep destroying them one by one. It's like, this isn't that. It wouldn't be the first time Sasuke's gone up against Naruto using clones. And again, it's another situation where I think even Naruto knows that if he just creates 1,000 clones, he'd just be weakening himself for nothing. Because once Sasuke gets rid of those clones, then Naruto will have wasted a lot of chakra. And don't get me wrong, Naruto had a lot of it even then, but wasting chakra is still wasting chakra. And you can't waste chakra when you're going up against someone like Sasuke, someone who's as tactical as Sasuke. And Naruto knows this. That's why he didn't do it. Well, either that or maybe Kishimoto just forgot that he could do it for a second. I don't know. But yeah, it wouldn't have helped him. So no, I always just completely dismiss that whole, well, he could just create 1,000 clones argument thing, because no, it wouldn't have done anything, guys. I know a lot of people like to rely on that, but it wouldn't have done anything. I'm sorry.
When they fought on the hospital rooftop, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, like Six said, gonna mark this one up for Sasuke. Current score: 1 Naruto, 3 Sasuke. Next up, the Search for Tsunade arc.
Yep. Naruto gets a lot stronger here, and Sasuke is incapacitated. So, I mean, naturally, you know where this is going to go. I mean, the fight on the rooftop is just super indicative of how this fight would go.
Yeah, it basically
worse.
is this fight, because Sasuke in that fight is pretty much exactly the same in terms of skill, strength, speed, all of that.
If anything, he's
as
stronger.
he is. Yeah, if anything, he's a little bit stronger, as he was when he fought Itachi in the hotel. And Naruto is pretty much exactly the same as well. So if you give Naruto from the end of the, Tsunade arc, the Rasengan, and all that, like he's able to use it the same way he did on the hospital roof, then Naruto wins. Because even though they were pretty close, like they were relative in that fight, the end of the fight was where things changed and it became evident that Naruto was gonna win. Like, by a lot, because his Rasengan was just gonna blow up Sasuke's Chidori, and I don't know what was gonna happen to Sasuke. By the way,
I'm willing to go as far as to say it wouldn't have killed him, but I think he would have probably lost his arm.
That clash did happen, but it probably wouldn't have been good for him. So this is another one of those things where I kind of have to break the rules I set out in the beginning, and I have to take Naruto from the end of the arc and throw him up against Sasuke from the beginning of the arc. But there's not a whole lot of change that happens. Like, by the time Sasuke is incapacitated, Naruto's still pretty much the exact same as he was in the Chunin exam finals. So I think it's more interesting to take him from the end and Sasuke from the beginning. But the thing is, the series already answers that for us, right? Because we have their fight on the hospital roof, so we can just give this one to Naruto and move on to the next one.
Yeah. I mean, if you're still in denial, bro, like, after Sasuke saw the Rasengan and what it did to the water tank, he became evil. So, I mean, it's pretty clear Naruto is taking that.
It wasn't the exact last straw that made him leave the village. That was the Sound Ninja coming, but it was very close to the final straw that made him leave the village and pursue Orochimaru.
Yeah.
Speaking of, the next fight is Naruto versus Sasuke from the Sasuke retrieval arc, and that fight happened. Sasuke won.
Yeah.
So he can
Now,
just
it's
give
pretty
that one
definitive.
to Sasuke.
There's something I want to say about this one, because people bring up how Naruto, like at the end of the clash, he scratched Sasuke's headband instead of going for like a critical strike or something like that. I think that it's extremely disingenuous to say that Naruto would have won otherwise, because then you just take Naruto out of character. It's in Naruto's character to do something like that because he's petty, and Sasuke said he couldn't put a scratch on his forehead. That's why he did it. So Sasuke would win if they fought again, because Naruto is stupid and petty, and he would do it again.
Yep, exactly. It would also just be like, what do you want us to do? Look at
it's
like
it's
a fight
kinda
that we
obvious.
actually see happen where
it
Sasuke
actually
wins
happened. He won.
and give it to Naruto, you know? Like, just because of this detail from the end of the fight? Nah, no way. Can't
It's
do
just
it.
not
Sorry,
fair,
boss.
bro.
No, it's
So, current score at the end of part 1 is 4 for Sasuke, 2 for Naruto.
And the thing that a lot of people like forget to mention is that during that fight, like after their Rasengan and Chidori clash, like Sasuke, I mean, it's made kind of clear that Sasuke's Chidori took out Naruto's Rasengan because Sasuke was still moving forward and he still obviously had his hand in, it looked like a jab because that's technically what the Raikiri is, the lightning blade. It's the Chidori. It's a jab. But literally at the very last second, before he pierced Naruto's heart, he changed his hand to a fist, which obviously didn't, it didn't go through him, but it hit him with enough force that it basically knocked Naruto out. So, and this was Naruto while he still had the Kyuubi cloak. So, again, like it's kind of obvious that Sasuke was the stronger one here. I don't know what more proof do you need. Like Sasuke literally stopped himself from killing Naruto. Like Sasuke had the very prime opportunity to kill him, but he changed his mind literally at the last second. Naruto's only alive now because of Sasuke. So I'm sorry, Sasuke definitively wins this. I know there's a lot of people out there who are probably in denial saying that no, Naruto would have won if this or that. It's like no, guys, it's very definitive. Sasuke was the stronger one here. Sasuke won. Plain and simple. Let's move on.
Not looking good for our pal Naruto. And it's not going to get better.
In the next round.
Yeah, not for a while, actually. Next round is Kazekage Rescue.
Jesus, man.
This
Yeah,
is
Naruto just can't win. He can't win this one at all. Like the last one, it's like, oh yeah, maybe you had a little bit of argument with the headband scratch thing. This one, Naruto cannot win. Nine Tails chakra gets taken out of the equation because Sasuke now can enter Naruto's mind and stop Kurama from giving him chakra. So none of that's happening. And then we see Sasuke,
which I've always wondered why he never used that ability ever again. Like that's just it always just seemed a little bit weird to me.
Sharingan off.
Like maybe it was because Naruto still had the seal on Kurama, and once you removed it, that doesn't apply anymore. I guess you could say that, but like that's never explained. Like again, we're just like at that point, that's just our own headcanon as to why he never used that ability again.
Speed Blitz Naruto at the end of the Tenchi Bridge arc, who is stronger than the Naruto in Kazekage Rescue. They think Sasuke is so strong here without his curse mark on even that he is on drugs to get stronger. So
I think that's Tsunade's assessment as well,
yes,
isn't it?
it's Tsunade and Sakura, the medic ninja experts, that they think Sasuke is on drugs to get stronger. Naruto cannot.
Naruto
win.
has no chance.
He stands
of winning,
no
guys.
chance
Yeah,
whatsoever. Naruto gets bodied here. It's just bad, right? Like, and I know that I have, the thing is, oh, he's the Uchiha guy. He likes saying that Uchiha win in versus battles, but like, there's no way, man, because they.
Yeah, there's okay. Look, guys, here's the thing. Like, okay, even if you want to accuse someone of being an Uchiha tard or whatever other like internet buzzword keeps throwing around, or keeps being thrown around, but look, you cannot tell me that at this point in the series, with what we see from Sasuke and what we see from Naruto, that Sasuke wouldn't win. You can't. I'm sorry. It's just there's literally no other way to take this fight. Sasuke wins, hands down. I'm sorry.
They fought in the next arc, and Naruto had backup from a whole team, and the whole team got wiped out. He had Sakura, Sai, and Yamato all there, and none of these guys are chumps, by the way.
Yeah, no.
Okay, just so we're clear. Yamato and Sai have Anbu, like, foundation ties, so they're super elite Jonin. Sakura in the previous arc fought against a member of the Akatsuki and did a pretty good job. And Sasuke just invalidates all of them, Naruto included. So that also brings us to the next arc, or the next fight, which is Tenchi Bridge arc. Now, if they fight base to base, exactly what we just said will happen is going to happen. So I think it's more interesting if we say, well, what if Four-Tail Naruto fought against Curse Mark Sasuke? Now, the thing is, Sasuke can just suppress the Nine Tails.
Yeah.
So this probably isn't going to happen. But if you do assume that Naruto goes full Four Tails to fight Sasuke, which I don't think is in character, maybe he has a chance. Yeah. However, Orochimaru looked at Three-Tail Naruto. And by the way, Three Tails is, I think, the most I can see Naruto using if he were to fight Sasuke.
Yeah, I don't see him going Four Tails against Sasuke. Like that was a special circumstance because he was being egged on by Orochimaru. And up until this point, we saw that Naruto's mental state isn't what it was in part one. Like he's slowly starting to break down mentally, and when Orochimaru shows up in front of him, Orochimaru being like whom Naruto sees as being the one responsible for all of his problems, which again I think just kind of speaks to the childlike nature of Naruto or his naivety at the point, because again it's like he's still like Orochimaru, he's essentially telling like Naruto the truth. Like Sasuke chose to go to him. I mean, yeah, you could say that Sasuke was being influenced by the curse mark, but I think as we saw later on, that's not true because Sasuke has shown that he has incredibly strong mental energy. Like he's incredibly, strong when it comes to his mental fortitude, I guess you could say. So no, like the curse mark never had any influence on him because it just like, I think again, that's where Orochimaru kind of screwed up because he kind of underestimated how strong Sasuke is mentally, especially when it comes to people trying to influence him, which is kind of funny because for as strong as he is, when it comes to his mental energy, he seems to like he got pretty easily manipulated by Itachi into basically like playing the role that he wanted him to play. But then again, that's another Uchiha who also has strong mental. But that's a different conversation. So you can't really say it was the curse mark's influence. So the thing is that Sasuke could have easily just told Orochimaru like, no, I mean, yeah, you can offer me this power, but I don't want your power. But no, Sasuke chose to go there. He chose to go there willingly. And that was something that Naruto just couldn't accept. And Orochimaru was just telling him, like, Sasuke came to me of his own free will. I didn't force him. It's not like I went to the village, kidnapped him, and forced him, to work for me. No, he came to me because he knew that I could give him what he was looking for, and you guys couldn't, and you just can't accept that. And Naruto, again, being as naive as he was, he let that get to him, and it led to his mental, his mental state weakening to the point where Kurama could take advantage of it. So again, like I don't really see this happening when he goes up against Sasuke. I mean, he's gonna be pissed, but not to the point where he like brings up the Four Tails.
Out, but like he looked at Three-Tail Naruto and said, "You're not even in the same league as Sasuke."
Yeah.
That's insane. And it's unclear
crazy.
if he was talking about curse mark or base too.
Yeah. So I mean, like, Naruto, with all this power, dozens of times of an amp at this point, maybe upwards of 30 times of an amp, is not even in the same realm of power as Sasuke. So I mean,
I
what
also
are we supposed
want
do?
to emphasize that part, not the Sasuke's still stronger than you. Orochimaru said you're not even in the same league. They are like Naruto is gold or platinum and Sasuke is diamond, right? Like massive gap.
Naruto
like-
is S rank and Sasuke is Z rank.
Yeah, exactly. You know, something like that. And that's a big deal, right? So that means that Naruto has to use the Four Tails to even stand a chance against Sasuke. And like if you want to give it to Naruto, I guess like I can see why, because Four Tail Naruto is really strong.
He was
Based on the
very, very
statements that are
impressive.
there, it seems like Curse Mark 2 Sasuke might still win this fight. So
I give
don't
it to
know.
Sasuke just because of Genjutsu and being able to suppress the Nine Tails.
Yeah,
Like, he
I
should
think
just be able
that's
to push it all
probably
down.
what would happen, is that if you say that Naruto starts the fight in Four Tails, Sasuke would probably just be able to suppress the Nine Tails the same way he did when they fought in the hideout. So you don't really even have to ask, is he stronger than Four Tail Naruto anyway?
Yeah. So another W on the board for Sasuke.
So it's at this point
Next
what,
arc,
like 6-2?
Akatsuki suppression. Now this one, it's basically stated that Sasuke is still superior to Naruto, and in fact, not only that, but Naruto still thinks that the version of Sasuke that he saw in the hideout is stronger than him after he got the Rasen Shuriken.
Yeah.
So, just to be clear, by the way, for those of you who may have forgotten or whatever, the Akatsuki suppression arc is the Hidan and Kakazu and like Rasen Shuriken Shikamaru stuff. Even with the Rasen Shuriken, Naruto still sees Sasuke as his superior. Kakashi notes that he's still mentally chasing after Sasuke. So the obvious narrative implication there is that Naruto hasn't caught up to Sasuke yet and is still trying really hard to, which, I mean, you know, for the purposes of this video means that Sasuke wins this round. It's pretty much the exact same thing as the previous two rounds. Like, he just got way stronger as a result of his training with Orochimaru than Naruto did as a result of his training with Jiraiya. And he's still getting stronger because we see, it might be the next arc, but it's around this period in time that Sasuke is still undergoing training exercises with like Orochimaru's minions and stuff, fighting
This
massive
was pretty damn
numbers of them,
impressive.
and
Yes, it's right after
going
this arc.
out of his way not to kill them. I don't think anything really changes here. It's still another win for Sasuke. I know, it's probably annoying, but like Sasuke's just way stronger
like,
than
look,
Naruto in early shit.
At this point, we're just going off of what's actually shown to us in this series. Like, if you want anyone to blame or if you're annoyed at anyone, technically you should be annoyed at Kishimoto. Not that you should be, but again, like, this is just what the series is showing to us. Like, at this point, Sasuke was just way above Naruto.
Shippuden, you know? And Naruto does get quite a bit stronger over the course of Shippuden, but like it's not enough to bridge the gap until
I'm gonna just
the
be
pain arc.
serious, bro. Before we talk about the pain arc, we haven't even talked about Kirin. Like,
yeah, that's true. This isn't like an ability he got in the like Itachi.
No, this was something he
Pursuit
always
mission
had.
arc either. Like, this is something that he was just chilling with since the start of Shippuden. He threatened to use it against them when they showed up to Orochimaru's hideout, and Orochimaru had to stop them. So
yeah, I mean, Sasuke W. I mean, that's really all you can say. But then we get to the pain arc, and then it's like Naruto is really strong here.
yeah,
Really
Very strong.
So we're kind of skipping over Itachi fight Sasuke because that's not the version of Sasuke that exists at the same time as
Right,
Pain
because
Arc,
at that
or,
point
like,
he would have had
Sage
the
Mode
Mangekyo.
Naruto. So this fight is Sage Mode Naruto from the fight with Pain versus Taka Sasuke from the fight with Beat. And this is unfortunate for Sasuke because Sasuke is even weaker in the fight against B than he is like in the arc prior, because he doesn't have the slight boost from having Orochimaru absorbed anymore, and he doesn't have the curse mark. But his Mangekyo isn't developed enough to make up for the loss of those passive boosts.
Yeah, that's the thing that's kind of unfortunate, is that because unfortunately, like, Sasuke still, I think I can't remember which chapter it was, but I think that when they went to collect B, I can't remember if it was Suigetsu or Jugo who brought this up, but they said that Sasuke still hasn't fully recovered from his fight against Itachi, and Sasuke still, like, he went on to fight against a perfect Jinchuriki, which unfortunately, like, I do wonder if they're gonna bring this up, but Sasuke wasn't really at the like the best point to see like what he's fully capable of at this moment, unfortunately, because yeah, I mean, like they brought up, like, his Mangekyo, he only just got it. He still doesn't know what the Mangekyo can actually do. I mean, I think he knows he can cast the Matarasu, but I don't, like, it wasn't until that fight that he figured out how to like that his other ability is to basically control the Amaterasu flames. Like, he can put them out, and he can, and then later on, actually no, I think it was in the 5 Kage Summon arc where he figured out he could manipulate the flames. I think at this point he only figured out he can like put them out. I think he figured out that during his fight against B, and then in the 5 Kage Summon arc against his fight against, or excuse me, in his fight against the Raikage, he figured out he could manipulate the flames. So yeah, like at this point, Sasuke hadn't fully mastered his new abilities yet, and like he said, or like I brought up earlier, he still hadn't 100% recovered from his battle against B, or his battle against Itachi, to go up against a new opponent, especially a perfect Jinchuriki, and he he hadn't trained to make up for the power that he lost during his fight against Itachi, losing the curse mark and losing the boost he got from Orochimaru.
And I would just like to point out, by the way, that it's revealed in the Sasuke retrieval arc that even when he's not using it, the curse mark does provide Sasuke with a passive boost to his base stats. So losing it is a pretty big deal. Naruto just categorically, demonstrably beats Sasuke here. It's just a fact. I mean, like, Zetsu straight up tells him that there's no way Sasuke could beat him based on what he's seen of Sasuke.
Heals.
Yeah, that's after Sasuke heals from the B fight. So that's based off what Zetsu knows about Naruto and Sasuke's respective abilities. There's just, like, Sage Mode Naruto is too strong. Now, I want to specify, Naruto is not stronger than Pain. He had a lot of help and a lot of very special circumstances.
Again, like, yeah, he did have a lot of help. He was given, like, pretty much all the information about Pain's abilities and what he could do. And not only that, yeah, he had help from other people. And even after that, Pain still, again, he still won that fight. So yeah, it's actually kind of crazy. Like, just how strong Pain actually was.
Like, all the stars aligned, basically, for him in order to get that victory. But
and yet he still lost.
I think that Naruto did a lot better against Pain than Sasuke would have. And if Naruto busts out the 4 tails, or God forbid the 6 tails, it's just over. He probably won't. All he really needs is Sage Mode.
Because that was special circumstance again.
You know, like, there's just nothing Sasuke would be able to do. Amaterasu is strong, but I think that, like, I don't even think that it would come to that. I think that he would just lose to a punch or something before Amaterasu even, like, came up in the fight.
Right. I mean, Naruto also has expanding Rasen Shurikens at this point, which Sasuke just cannot prepare himself for. Like, he can look at the Rasen Shuriken, maybe dodge it, but he cannot prepare himself for an expansion of it. There's just no way that he can know that that's coming.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
Naruto's got Frog Kata, where he can basically attack you without attacking you. Like, even if he misses the punch, you're still gonna get hit. There's so many things Naruto has aside from being stronger than Sasuke that virtually make it impossible for Sasuke to even pull out a W here if he starts cheesing the battle. So I mean, it's really just in Naruto's favor. And
You
then-
could throw the rest of Taka in there too if you wanted, and Naruto
Yeah.
would still win.
And then we have the Kage Summit. Probably
This is the most
interesting
interesting
part.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go ahead and start us off with this.
So Sasuke gets massively stronger throughout the Kage Summit.
Oh yeah.
Just due to hatred amps. We know
Wait.
that every time Sasuke Susanoo evolves, you might as well
What did he say?
probably
This is the most interesting
part.
one.
So I think
Yeah,
I might have
you
misheard.
can go ahead and start us off with this.
So Sasuke gets massively stronger throughout the Kage Summit just
Oh.
due to hatred amps.
Okay,
We know
he said
that
Kage Summit. I thought for a second he said Kaguya Summit, but I think I might have misheard him.
every time Sasuke Susanoo evolves, you might as well
Mm-hmm.
attribute it directly to a hatred amp. Especially in the fight with Danzo, we get Obito just telling us, Sasuke's rage grew, his power grew, and now his body is adapting to that
Yeah,
power.
which
Whenever
is-
his Susanoo eventually gets his little arrow. And then it evolves for the final time against Kakashi whenever he's talking about how he doesn't like the Leaf Village or whatever. So Sasuke's descending further and further into madness, and that whole time he's descending in mental stability. He's just going up and up and up and up and up in power. So the Zetsu statement from before about Sasuke being weaker than Naruto is completely invalid at this point. Sasuke's completely eclipsed that older version of himself. Now, I think a very interesting comparison is whenever Sasuke talks about how his Susanoo is a more absolute defense than Gaara's. Because earlier, Gaara was just easily deflecting Sasuke's attacks, and his sand came in between Sasuke and the Raikage, and it stopped Amaterasu and the guillotine drop. So, for Sasuke Susanoo to evolve, to basically be able to tank the guillotine drop now, is a pretty massive boost. And Sasuke, after this, he goes into the Kage Summit room. He stands on the roof. Cool as fuck, by the way. Standing on the
Oh,
Very.
that scene is fire. Yeah.
It is.
And then
I think, okay, so I'm going to ask you guys, all right? So we've got two cool entrances. We've got Naruto's entrance in the Pain Invasion arc with all the toads, and then we've got Sasuke's entrance here. I'm going to ask you guys, all right? And in your opinion, which one's the cooler entrance? Is it Sasuke's entrance or Naruto's entrance? Let me know in the comments.
Mifune comes up, slashes at him. Now, I don't know how much everyone knows about Mifune, but Mifune is pretty cracked. He's pretty strong. At the maximum, you can maybe say Mifune is faster than Prime Hanzo, who may be around Pain's level, but I don't want to take it that far. I'm just saying Sasuke is reacting to Mifune and countering
Casually,
his sword
by the
slashes.
way.
Just
Yes,
like, yeah, all right, let me
No
block your sword.
Mangekyo
It's like,
just put his sword out and blocked Mifune easily. And Mifune
Yeah, he
compliments
looks
him
more
on it.
annoyed than anything.
Yeah, Mifune compliments him on it. Now, a lot of people try to downplay Sasuke within this room because he's like low on chakra at this point. But Inoki putting Sasuke in the Jintan Cube is nothing impressive. Sasuke's barely able to walk. He's like limping out of the room. when it
yeah, he
happens.
was...
Obviously, nothing's happened to Inoki, so he's at full power.
Yeah, like Sasuke wasn't in the best condition. I mean, look at him; he's coughing up blood and everything. Like that's something that a lot of people, like forget is that, like Sasuke wasn't in the best condition here at this point. And not only that, but before that, going up against the Mizukage with her ability, what was it? Where she's like releasing that poison, like that acid, that can melt even the Susanoo's skeleton. And also like breathing it in is really poisonous, which I think explains the coughing of blood. And then getting caught off guard by, what was his name, Chojiro, and his his weapon. And it's like there are a lot of things working against Sasuke at this point. I think that if Sasuke went in like knowing what his opponent's abilities are, I don't think they would have been able to do this well against them, because like that's the thing, like Sasuke, like once he knows your abilities, he can immediately come up with a plan, as we saw in the Jigen fight. Like he pretty much in an instant figured out what his abilities are and then figured out a way to counter and come up with a plan against him. And then like hell, Jigen himself said that he complimented Sasuke's plan and said that if it was literally anyone else, you would have killed me, but because it's me, you're out of luck.
Inoki mentions like, "Oh, I can't believe Deidara lost to a brat like you," or something like that. That's obviously not meant to be like a literal statement because Sasuke was already clearly superior to Deidara back when he was in Hebi, and he's much stronger at this point. And like I said, he's fatigued when he enters this room. So then you got Sasuke getting saved by Obito, and then finally when he comes into contact with Danzo, his power just reaches its absolute maximum. It's even stated in the data book like his anger is at the boiling point here. So it's like Sasuke is at his absolute strongest whenever he encounters Danzo, and then he gets weaker. He loses his Sharingan, he loses Susanoo and whatnot. Him and Naruto clash. Chidori to Rasengan. It's base Naruto, by the way. And then there's this statement, oh my god, where Naruto says that he needs the Nine Tails chakra in order to fight Sasuke. This statement has been taken out of context a lot. I think the context surrounding this statement more so implies that Naruto is talking about he needs to conquer hatred in order to fight Sasuke, especially due to his conversation with Team 7 and Hagoromo later on in the war arc, where he's essentially saying that he can't just beat Sasuke by being strong. He needs to overcome this hatred hurdle so he can end the cycle of hatred, because Naruto has two goals. He wants to save Sasuke and he wants to end the cycle of hatred. One has to come before the other, right? And that's saving Sasuke. So if he can conquer the Nine Tails, whose chakra and will is just a lump of hatred, then he can do that. Also, if you take this statement in its most literal form, which just isn't true, it's Naruto says he needs the Nine Tails chakra in order to fight Sasuke. Sasuke is not as strong as the entire Nine Tails at this point. We see that later on in the war whenever KCM 2 happens. He's not even as strong as that, right? So blind Sasuke is not as strong as KCM 2 Naruto or anything like that. And then keep in mind when Naruto, what he's thinking of when he's saying this is blind Sasuke. So he just tied with blind Sasuke, Rasengan to Chidori. So he's already as strong as blind Sasuke. So it's clearly not meant to be interpreted as he needs KCM or anything like that. Especially considering, on top of that, KCM 1 and 2 aren't really things. We call those forms
it's something the fans call them.
Each other's talking about whenever we mention the battle. In reality, that's all just QB chakra mode with Naruto using less and more than Nine Tails chakra. It's varying, right? So Naruto can't be saying, "Oh, I need KCM 1 to fight Sasuke." Hasn't happened yet. He doesn't even know if that's a thing. So it's just far more likely that that's what that statement is talking about. And I think with all the surrounding context, maybe this is at full power a Sasuke dub. I think Swag has a little bit of a different interpretation where he thinks Naruto wins, so I'll let him go over that. But I think that Sasuke, being able to react to the right Kage and whatnot, would kind of put him over KCM Naruto, who I think is faster than Sage Mode Naruto, at least from this arc. But yeah, I'll let Swag talk now. I've been rambling forever.
No, you got it. I mean, that was good, right? It was good to lay all that out there. So first of all, I would like to say I am on the same page. I agree that statement about Naruto, or like the statement that Naruto gives where he's like, yeah, I'm going to need to master the Nine Tails to fight him. It just doesn't make any sense for it to be a strict power statement because it's based off of blind Sasuke, like you said. And I don't even like the idea that blind Sasuke is stronger than Sage Mode Naruto, let alone as strong as KCM 2. That's stupid. So he's probably
I don't
just
think that's
saying
the
that
case.
they're equal in base. So who you think wins comes down to whether you think Sage Mode is stronger than the Mangekyo amp at full power. And now one thing I should say too is that it's not just that Sasuke is getting stronger because his Susanoo is developing further. The Mangekyo is passively buffing him too, which is something that Karin points out at the beginning of the arc when she notes that his chakra is colder and more intense even than Curse Mark 2. So Sasuke is getting a greater than Curse Mark 2 buff just from the Mangekyo existing, right? Like at all. And that's at that point. By the end of the arc, his Susanoo is fully developed. His Mangekyo is thus like Six said, Obito points out that as his rage grows, so does his power. So this boost should be way, way, way beyond the scope of anything Curse Mark II could have offered to him at this point. So if you think that Sasuke would win at full power against Naruto here, I think that that's valid. It really just, like I said, it comes down to a question that doesn't have a conclusive answer, which is, do you think that Sage Mode is stronger than the boost that Sasuke is getting now? Because they are equal in base. That much is demonstrated. And I honestly don't know. I think I actually would lean towards Sasuke, but I think that Naruto is like really strong, especially based on his fight with Kurama, which happened shortly after this and after not a ton of training. Like, Naruto is slightly stronger in the fight against Kurama than in the 5 Kage Summit, but he's doing all sorts of crazy stuff, making loads and loads of shadow clones, the Sage Mode, Rasengan Mega Barrage, that exploding Rasen Shuriken that damaged Kurama. So there's a good argument that Naruto could beat Sasuke here, but I don't know. I think I'd probably just say this is a tie or inconclusive. If you put a gun to my head and
it is a
me
little
pick,
bit difficult.
I might go with Sasuke, but if I'm allowed to use feats from Naruto versus Kurama, I might go with Naruto. So, like, I don't know. But, like, if you restrict the feats to strictly, like, 5 Kage Summit and prior, then I think that it's probably a Sasuke win. But I'm not super comfortable picking either one.
Yep. So, I mean, yeah, that one's more so a tie. And then
Yeah,
next
you can
is
just
Mid-War.
no point for either one of them. If you guys want, just because we've been showing so much love to Sasuke, I can throw Naruto a markup on the board if you really want. You know, just for the sake of appeasing people. But I don't know if it's going to matter because of how many wins Sasuke has already racked up.
Yeah.
The next fight is in the middle of the war. So it's basically as soon as Sasuke is able to fight again, which is when he gets the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan and recovers from the surgery. So this would be Sasuke with Itachi's eyes and the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan versus Naruto having, I guess, mastered the Nine Tails chakra as far as he's aware, but he hasn't really mastered it yet because he doesn't have KCM2. So this is basically KCM1 mid to early war Naruto versus EMS Sasuke. I think that Sasuke takes this because his performance is much more consistent with Naruto's performance later in the war, like when they're fighting Ten Tails Obito, or just the Ten Tails, for example.
Yeah, I mean,
Sasuke seems to be able to keep pace with that KCM Naruto. And I'll talk more about KCM2 in the next round, but I think that it's safe to assume that that version of Naruto is stronger than the one from earlier in the war because he's been fighting a lot. And I mean,
it's also a case where both him and Kurama are actually working together, and Kurama's willingly lending him his chakra as opposed to Naruto having to take it from him and learning to balance it with his own chakra. So Kurama doesn't, Kurama doesn't end up, taking over like he did before. And so, yeah, I mean, the fact that EMS Sasuke is keeping up with KCM2 Naruto, I think that pretty much does definitively say that EMS is stronger than KCM1 Naruto. I think we can say that.
Now, before anybody says, well, that the opposite should actually be true, Swag, because since he's been fighting, he should be fatigued. He gets his chakra back a lot, right?
Yeah, it's
and fighting makes you stronger in Naruto. This much has been stated before.
It's okay. Yeah, that is the case, but you could also say that that's just the case of the writer just kind of like making it a bit more plot convenient, for Naruto and Sasuke, because I mean, they've been fighting for days, and not only that, but like literally just a couple of hours ago, like you think about it, it hasn't been that long for them at least. Kurama said when Naruto achieved KCM mode, KCM2, as we like to call it, Kurama literally said that since this is still new to us, since this is our first tailed beast, transformation, we'll only be able to hold it for 5 minutes, and that's it. That's all we get. And then Naruto later on loses KCM2 because he used it up too much and he'll need some time to recover. And that's when Sakura shows up and she starts healing him. And she was only healing him for a few minutes before, Sasuke and the previous 4 Kage show up. And then Naruto just is somehow back at full strength, even though he hasn't been healing for all that long. So again, you could say it's just a little bit, like a little bit of a case of plot convenience, unfortunately.
Many characters have gotten stronger just by fighting. It actually happens many times throughout the war. And if you want to think of it like this, an actual fight is basically just like a training exercise, but with real stakes. So doing all these fights against all these people with all these shadow clones spread all across the world should have made Naruto stronger, I think, in the time between when this fight would be happening and when Sasuke displayed relativity to Naruto later in the war. So I think it's pretty safe to say that Sasuke would win this fight. But what's your opinion?
Agree. No, I agree completely. Like, it's way more safe to say Sasuke would win than it would be to throw in all of the would-be and could-be's to Naruto to say that Naruto would win.
Yeah.
Sasuke's position is just way more concrete.
And then there's other stuff too, like when Naruto fights against Itachi. And granted, you can say that, this is because Naruto's fatigued because he just made all the clones, which is fair. But Naruto doesn't really seem to compare to Itachi, like, at all in this fight. Like, they start fighting and they seem kind of close, but then when Itachi breaks free and actually starts trying, he's the only one doing anything against Nagato, and he's actually pretty close in power to Nagato. Like, the two of them seem like fairly relative, whereas at least I'll say, just so Six doesn't get mad at me, different conversation though, they're at least relative in power, but like Nagato just eclipses Naruto and Beat. This much is demonstrated.
And
then later,
keep in mind again, like, that's another thing that needs to be considered, is that Nagato is stronger than Pain. All right, so the 6 paths of Pain, keep in mind that's Nagato splitting his chakra among these 6 reanimated corpses. But without them, all that power is once again concentrated onto Nagato. Just like with Naruto, when he creates those clones, he's splitting his power between them. But when there are no clones, all that power is, again, just in one person, so it's much more powerful. And, well, I mean, we saw what he did against KCM1, Naruto, and Killer B. Like, again, if it wasn't for Itachi, that's it. They were pretty much screwed.
Sasuke, while he's not as strong as Itachi when the two of them are fighting against Kabuto, he just seems like a way closer match for Itachi than Naruto was. Like, they're doing team attacks and stuff. Sasuke's intercepting attacks directed at Itachi. He's like hitting Kabuto. Like, he's actually helping Itachi, which is more than Naruto and B did against Nagato. So I think all signs point to Sasuke being superior at this point in the series.
What?
Yeah, 100%. And then we get the late war.
So this is when Naruto has KCM2, and if you want to be really, really, really nice to Naruto.
This is okay. So sorry, just pause 1 second. So where are we at this point? Like, how many points does Sasuke have, and how many points does Naruto have? Because at the end of part 1, it was I think it was 4 points for Sasuke and 2 points for Naruto. You add the Kazekage rescue and then Tenchi Bridge and then Akatsuki suppression. So that's 3 points to Sasuke's favor. So he would be at 7 to Naruto, who only has 2 points. And then you get to Sage Mode versus Mangekyo, and it's pretty definitively stated that Naruto's stronger. So Naruto gets 1. So Naruto's got 3 points. And then we get to 5 Kage Summit, where I think it was Sasuke who took that fight, because they brought up how he keeps getting stronger and stronger. Like, the Mangekyo was amping him up even more than the curse mark did. So I think, and the fact that a base Naruto, at full strength, tied against Sasuke, who was blind. And so I think that pretty much says that if Sasuke wasn't blind and he was at full power with the Mangekyo amp against Naruto with the Sage Mode amp, I think, if I remember correctly, they gave that to Naruto. No, or excuse me, they gave that to Sasuke. So Sasuke would be 8 to Naruto 3. And now then we got this, which was EMS Sasuke versus KCM1 Naruto, and I think they stated that Sasuke was stronger, so that's Sasuke had 9 points, and Naruto still only at 3, and now here we are with KCM2. If I got the math correct.
Very end of the war, KCM2 Sage Mode Naruto. Either version, though, Sasuke doesn't have a chance. He takes one look at KCM2, and it makes him mad.
Literally. Like, he's like, Naruto has this much chakra. Perfect control over this much chakra. So,
hold on. For new fans, KCM 1 and 2 are essentially fan terms used for the 9 House Chakra mode. KCM 2 being when Naruto has an avatar and a jacket on him, like shown in these panels. KCM 2 doesn't always require the avatar, but it can be only the jacket. Okay, yeah, so
we don't even really need to talk about Sasuke getting mad at KCM2 because we have him directly compared to and equal to KCM1 Naruto, or Master KCM, whichever one you say.
Well, so, actually, wait.
Sasuke is just absolutely beneath KCM2 Naruto, so Naruto would smash him.
And if you give Naruto KCM2 Sage mode, yeah, like, oh my god.
Like, Sasuke had to get help from Naruto himself and Jugo to keep up with that version of Naruto.
Well, okay, hold on. I do just want to add some clarifications to that alone. When it comes to getting, help from Jugo, I don't think he got that much help from Jugo. Like, he didn't get that much of a power boost to be able to keep up with Naruto. I think that's a misconception that people have. The thing is, Jugo, like, from what I understand, he didn't really get all that much stronger than when we first see him. The thing is that, like, Naruto even says, like, you do remember that only natural energy works against Obito, right? And then, what is it? And then Sasuke says, yeah, I remember because I'm not you, that whole, like, joke. And that's why he brought Jugo in, because Jugo's curse mark is powered by natural energy, because it's clarified that Jugo's clan can passively absorb natural energy. And that's what Orochimaru was trying to utilize, where he was able to create the curse mark off of I can't remember the specifics of it, but basically he took like some of Jugo's DNA and he was able to essentially create the curse mark to inject his own natural energy into it and give it to other people. And if they were able to contain it, they would gain access to Orochimaru's own senjutsu. And then later we find out that he also put a piece of his own chakra into it. And that's how Sasuke was able to, essentially bring him back. Sort of like a Horcrux situation. But yeah, I think, again, the reason why Sasuke took Jugo is because he wanted to add the natural energy to his Susanoo so that his attacks would actually affect Obito. Not that he needed Jugo's power amp. Not that it did give him a power amp, because again, natural energy obviously severely enhances one's own, one's own natural abilities, like your taijutsu, your ninjutsu, your genjutsu. It enhances everything. So yeah, again, like, that's why he took Jugo's, Jugo with him and had him enhance his own Susanoo so that his attacks would actually be effective. Not that he didn't have the power to be able to keep up with Naruto. At least that's how I saw it.
And I think Naruto was still clearly superior to him too. And this was also while Naruto was in the middle of sharing chakra with a bunch of people, by the way. Many members of the Allied Shinobi forces. And he was sharing enough chakra with like all of the Konoha 11 that they were getting their own KCM2 cloaks. So this was like, I mean, like, he was doing a lot. He was giving people a lot, and he was still just leaps and bounds ahead of Sasuke. It's just not fair at all.
Sasuke, I mean, I wouldn't say leaps and bounds, but yeah, I would say he was above Sasuke.
Loses terribly. And
this might be the worst one so far, actually. Yeah. I think this one is a bigger gap than Start of Shippuden is.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you got 6 paths. This isn't as big of a gap, but
Naruto's still the clear winner here.
And Naruto is the clear winner. So, I mean, mainly from the Final Valley fight, because this is another fight that sort of just happened. Sasuke lost after having multiple advantages. And Naruto's holding back for one. right? And he's playing defensive most of the fight, and Sasuke calls him out for this. He's like, "Bro, are you only gonna play defense? Like, you can't beat me by only playing defense." And Naruto mentions over and over again how this isn't how he wants him and Sasuke's fight to go. Like he's like, this isn't my dream. Like, this isn't how I figured me and you would.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm honestly getting to the point of being really sick and tired of people using the whole like he was holding back excuse thing as if that's actually a valid argument. But I'm not gonna go over that. This video is already long enough. I just I don't want it to be like I don't want it to be too long.
Would end the little squabbling or whatever. So Naruto's holding back, fending off Sasuke, and then wins in the end. After Sasuke absorbs all the chakra from the Biju, he just loses. So I mean,
Well, he only lost because he admitted, like okay. So the whole thing about, I'm just gonna say this, the whole thing about, you know, Sasuke, you know, admitting that he lost thing. I feel like a lot of people are taking that whole thing out of context. I think that what Sasuke was talking about when he said, "That's it, I lost," I think he was talking about like this thing that's been going on with him and Naruto for a while now, where Naruto's trying to, you know, get him to wake up. He's trying to bring him back. He's trying to do all that. And Sasuke's been fighting against him, saying that no, like Naruto's trying to convince him that he's, you know, going down the wrong path and he's, you know, not really going to accomplish what he's trying to accomplish. You know, like obviously Sasuke didn't agree and he had his own path he wanted to go down, and Naruto's trying to tell him that no, this isn't a good idea. And after all this time, Sasuke just accept that, okay, Naruto is right, so he wins. I think that's what Sasuke was talking about when he said, "I lose." That's it. When it comes to like the actual fight between the two, here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. And also, I just realized there's a lot of time left in the video, and they're already talking about the final valley. So I'm wondering if maybe they're going to go into Boruto a little bit. We'll see. We'll see once we, you know, continue with the video. But when it comes to this fight between the two, all right. So a lot of people, you know, they talk about, you know, like Sasuke, you know, he had to take chakra from the, you know, the nine-tailed beasts and all that stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, you do realize that Naruto also has the chakra of the nine-tailed beast, right? Like like that's something that I never understood. Like why do people not hold that against Naruto? Like if anything, Sasuke actually leveled the playing field. Like he didn't get an advantage over him. If anything, like Sasuke leveled the playing field by saying that, okay, you're gonna use chakra from the nine-tailed beast. Guess what? I'm also gonna use chakra from the nine-tailed beast. It's just that Sasuke was actually smart enough to take more. So, okay, to walk that back. So technically not exactly leveling the playing field, but in a way by saying that, okay, you've got chakra from the nine-tailed beast. Now I've got chakra from the nine-tailed beast. And then Naruto at that point had to, I think it stated, absorb natural energy from, you know, like the whole planet to power up his ability to equal him, not surpass him, not to beat his ability, to equal him. And it's not even stated, it's not even clearly stated that Sasuke was using all of his power at that point. Yeah, he did say that this was the strongest jutsu in his arsenal right now, but that doesn't mean he was using up all of his chakra at that point. At least that's kind of how I see it. I think the clash between those two abilities, like the resulting explosion, resulted in them getting, you know, because, you know, we know in this world that they have to use chakra to enhance their bodies to, you know, make it stronger and make it more durable. So it's possible that both of them were using up a lot of chakra to defend themselves from that blast, to keep it from killing them. That's why when they did this clash, they put all of their chakra into their abilities, and they didn't have enough chakra to reinforce their arms to keep it from exploding. So yeah, I mean, this whole thing, personally for me, the way I see it is it's a tie. Like I think they tied here pretty much at the end. Like that's kind of how I see it. But I don't know. You know what? Maybe I should just make a video explaining my thoughts on this and why I disagree with a lot of the arguments that people make about like how this fight would actually go and why Naruto's like, uh, you know, um, like oh he would easily win and all that stuff because of this and this and why I disagree with that. If you guys want me to make the video, let me know in the comments. But let's just say that a lot of the arguments that I've heard people make about why Naruto wins, especially the whole I'm holding back thing and why it doesn't actually work, let me know in the comments.
Yeah, it's just a Naruto dub.
I think that there's also a little bit of narrative subtext in the way that the scene is directed too. It seems, and now maybe this is a stretch, Kishimoto, like, he has a history of doing this sort of thing. Like, a good example that's relevant for this video is when Team 7 first runs into Sasuke again. He's above them, and that the scene is framed that way to clearly convey to the viewer, without the need for any dialogue, that Sasuke is stronger than they are. So in the Final Valley fight, when they have their Rasengan and Chidori clash, they're not on even ground like they are the first time it happens, but instead Sasuke is falling and Naruto is going up. So in a literal sense, this means that Naruto has to fight against gravity, whereas Sasuke is being helped by gravity. But also, I think it's very easy to read into this and like infer that this is supposed to be Kishimoto saying that Naruto is fighting an uphill battle here because Sasuke is fighting without restraint, but Naruto has the discipline and like also lacks the desire like necessary to want to kill Sasuke. So I think that everything just points to Naruto like being stronger here. A lot of people like to say, oh, Sasuke only said he lost because Naruto still wanted to fight at the end, even though they were in the same condition, blah, 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 blah. But Sasuke conceded. The fight did actually happen, and Sasuke said Naruto won. So I think that should be good enough. But if you want to analyze it further than that, everything that Six said is valid, then plus what I said just to add on to it. I think that Kishimoto did it on purpose, right? Because he could have, and it would have been very easy to, just draw the exact same type of Rasengan and Chidori clash that they did before. Another thing, too, another advantage that Sasuke has is that he puts Enton in his Chidori. Mm-hmm. So it's like an amped Chidori that ties with Naruto's regular base Rasengan. So Sasuke had every advantage possible in this fight. And like I was saying, Kishimoto could have drawn it at a neutral angle where they were both clashing on an even playing field, but he chose, for some reason, to have Sasuke falling and Naruto going up. So I think that his goal here, I think that there had to be a reason for it, and I think that the reason was because he wanted to make it apparent that Naruto was the stronger of the two.
Well, it's interesting because if you ask me, this whole, let me bring up the panel again. Let me see if I can get a better look at it. Let me see. I think there was a better shot at it. Well, not this one. Okay, well, all right. Let's use this one. So okay, the way I've always seen it is, because Kishimoto did choose to do it like this on purpose, and the way I have always interpreted it is, like this is to like symbolize that this is Sasuke trying to once again fall into the darkness or go even deeper, into that lonely place that Naruto kept talking about throughout the fight. But like Naruto is right there pushing him, and he's like showing him that, no, I'm not gonna let you, because again, like Naruto's been there. He knows how much that hurts, and Sasuke knows how much that hurts, and he's desperately trying to push him away. And I do find it interesting that it resulted in like this clash resulted in both of them, losing their dominant arms, because that could also be like symbolize that, because Kishimoto's always done this yin and yang thing with Naruto and Sasuke, like they're both two halves of the same coin. So I've always like thought that maybe the reason why he had both of them lose their arms is that like to show that both of them are technically going through the same thing. Well, that's not necessarily the case now. Naruto got the prosthetic, Sasuke didn't, because if you don't know, in the in the, I think it's the Sasuke Book of Sunrise novel that pretty much takes place right after the Fourth Shinobi War, that tells us about Sasuke's travels. I think he states in that book that the missing arm, he has it as a reminder of, what could happen to him and how he can let himself, go down that road again. So he always has it as a reminder. Although I think at this point he kind of doesn't need it anymore, but that's a different conversation. But that's just kind of how I've always interpreted this, that this is Sasuke trying to, again, like he said, fall deeper into that place that he's always been in, and this is Naruto trying to push him out of it. And Naruto losing his arm, just as Sasuke says later on in the manga, like that shows his resolve. Like he was willing to sacrifice his arm just to like stop Sasuke from going into that place. And I don't know. I mean, you could say that them both losing their arm is like a symbol that they're actually equal in power. At least that's kind of how I've always seen it. Again, if you guys disagree with me, that's completely fine. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But let's go back to the video, because again, I don't want this video to be way too long, because if it's long, then my God, is it going to be a bitch to upload?
With Naruto's regular base Rasengan. So I think that his goal here, I think that there had to be a reason for it, and I think that the reason was because he wanted to make it apparent that Naruto was the stronger of the two. There's also stuff from the fight with Kaguya, like Naruto just performs better regularly against her, but we don't really have to go into that because, like we said, Sasuke admitted defeat. So go ahead, throw one up on the board for Naruto.
Then we move on to the last. So the last is like the Boruto movie, where there's a novel and there's the last, right? It's not a novelization. So a novelization is when the movie gets turned into a novel. This is, the last had a novel that got turned into a movie. And in the last novel, when Sasuke shows up in order to break the meteor heading towards Konoha, it says that he is Kakashi's strongest student, meaning that he's stronger than Naruto, so he would beat Naruto. I mean, it's really that simple. If you want to talk about the anime only, then we just kind of can't conclude on it.
This is the only piece of information we have about either of them and how they scale to one another.
Yeah,
so I think that it's just safe to give it to Sasuke. And if you want to fight this statement, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, that is as concrete as possible. It's as close to saying Sasuke is stronger than Naruto without outright saying it. Because it's like there are 3 students of Kakashi. If Sasuke is the strongest, that means he's stronger than Naruto.
It's kind of blatant.
It's not a broad category. So, if you want, I guess you can chalk this up to a tie. Like, I wouldn't say that that's dumb. I think that that's valid. But the only information that we have about it from the original source material says that Sasuke was stronger.
Which
so
is,
I'm going to give it to him.
I think from what I understand, I could be wrong here, but yeah, Sasuke, the thing is that with Sasuke in the last, it like he barely really shows up in that story. And I think that the reason why the Boruto, or I think the reason why in I can't remember if it was just the Boruto movie or just the Boruto series in general, but I think Kishimoto said that he wanted to give Sasuke a bigger role because, or I can't remember if it was Kishimoto or if it was Ikimoto, or no, I think it was, I can't remember who it was, whether it was Kodachi, Kishimoto, or Ikimoto. I can't remember who it was specifically, but they said that they felt bad that Sasuke didn't have a bigger role in the last. So he essentially wanted to give Sasuke a bigger role by having him be like Boruto's mentor, like having him be the one that actually takes Boruto on as a student and, teaches him, teach them, techniques and what it means to be a shinobi and all that stuff. And yeah, you can see in the currently, especially in the Boruto manga, Sasuke has a much bigger role now than even Naruto, especially now. I mean, if you've kept up with the manga, but it's interesting. And also, if you don't know, I think like in an interview, Kishimoto said that he was thinking about doing a part 3 of Naruto, where he would actually continue the story after the Fourth Shinobi War, but he didn't think his body could handle like continuing a weekly manga, especially at that point. So he just decided to end it, and then like the last would just be, we would just get a series of books instead that cover the time between the end of the Forgotten Shelby War up until the Boruto up until the Boruto movie. So just a little fun fact for anyone who doesn't know. And it's, believe it or not, it's something I only just learned recently. Like, this is something I genuinely didn't know. I don't remember seeing this interview back when it originally aired, and I think it was a long time ago. So I don't know if there's like a record of it. If someone can find it, please let me know where it is.
You got Boruto, Naruto, and Sasuke.
Okay, so they are.
This is
They are going to go into Boruto.
unclear, and I feel like me or Swag, no matter which way we pick, we are going to get attacked. When in reality, like I said, the fight is kind of just unclear. So you have the Boruto movie data book. They say Naruto and Sasuke are equals. That's not stated in the anime by any like official source, but it's an opinion that Orochimaru and Mitsuki both hold in the anime and manga. I'm pretty sure it's also in the novel as well, but just saying, in this era, it's stated that they're equal in every continuity. Just the source varies. So if you don't want to take it, whatever. But with that being said, it sort of makes it difficult to determine who would win, because it's just like, would they just tie? Is Naruto stronger? And then we don't really get anything for that. So I'm saying this is a tie or inconclusive. You can pick whichever one you want to based on your favorite character, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Well,
I agree.
Oh, for the love of, seriously, why the hell does this keep happening? I literally clicked once, and it's like it's acting as if I clicked twice to get out of full screen. I don't know why that keeps happening. So anyway, what I was saying is that or what I wanted to say before that whole thing happened, is that when it comes to Naruto and Sasuke in the Boruto era, it's a little unclear, because for some reason I don't know why, like, the power scaling in Boruto is very unclear, with the exception of a few things. Like, we know that Jigen, especially like Karma Mark II, which is another fan term that is used to explain like the form that Jigen took when he grows Ishiki's horn. We know that version of Jigen is stronger than Naruto and Sasuke. We know that, and we know Ishiki especially is stronger than Naruto and Sasuke, and we know that Code at this point is stronger than Jigen, so it would make him stronger than Naruto and Sasuke. So there are some clear points to explain like the hierarchy of power, like who's the strongest. And we know Baryon mode Naruto is the strongest at this point that we've seen. Up until this point, he's the strongest character. I guess it wouldn't include Shibai, who, based on what we've heard about him, he would be like the top tier at this point. Although whether we'll actually see him be in the series or not, I'm guessing maybe yes, because I don't think he would bring up a character like that unless they're going to play a part in the story, but I could be wrong. We'll see. So when it comes to when it comes to Naruto and Sasuke, it's a little bit difficult because, again, it's not really made clear like who's the strongest between the two. Sorry, what was that? Again, just had to clear my throat. It's a little bit confusing because like there are things that happen that kind of make it a little bit difficult to say. Like, for example, where Naruto is now in the power hierarchy, we don't know where Sasuke is right now, especially without Kurama or the Rinnegan. We don't know. So it's a little confusing because we haven't seen them in fights to specifically say that, okay, we now know where they are at this point in the series, at least when it comes to the hierarchy of power, where they would be placed. Again, we know that Damon right now currently is the strongest. Ada would be after her. I think, or no, maybe not Ada. I don't think she's that strong. She even said that she's only got a basic taijutsu. Okay, so it's Damon, and then it's Code currently, and then I guess Kawaki would be third. Naruto and Sasuke maybe fourth, and then maybe I would place Boruto after them, because I think at this point Boruto is still not stronger than them, because during the fight at the forest, when Sage Mode Naruto showed up, um, Momoshiki, when he took over Boruto, basically made a pact with Code saying that, hey, why don't we work together to take out Naruto? If Momoshiki was a lot stronger than him, I think he would have been very confident in saying that, yeah, I don't need your help. I could just take him out right now, no problem, now that he doesn't have the Nine Tails. But he didn't do that. Instead, he relied on Code holding Shikamaru hostage. So I think that's kind of a blatant statement that he's still stronger than Momoshiki, even when he takes over Boruto. That's just my guess. Again, I could be wrong because it's not really made 100% clear. Like it's left up to interpretation from us, the readers. But let's continue.
But I think that the series illustrates them as equals pretty regularly. I think that if there was a strength disparity, it would have been alluded to or said or something at some point, right? Like we would have one source that just straight up confirms Naruto or Sasuke's superiority, but we don't really. If it existed, we would tell you about it and we'd be like, this person wins, but we don't. So I think that it's just like, it depends on what kind of day they're having type of thing, like if Naruto wakes up on the wrong side of the bed, he might lose. If Sasuke doesn't get enough sleep and eats no breakfast or something, then he might lose, right? It really just depends. So I'm going to mark this as a tie. Then we have, maybe this is like a bonus or like supplementary category, I don't know, but it's Boruto era post nerfs, because maybe I shouldn't have put this on the list just because of the answer, but wait, go ahead.
But before that, Boriyama Naruto would beat the dog shit out of Sasuke.
Yeah, obviously, it's not even a category here. If you want to give a point to Naruto for that, sure. Because, I said this kind of earlier in the video, but I don't know how much of a difference it's going to make. But, like, post-nerfs, I don't know. Do you think Sage Mode is stronger than Sasuke's one Mangekyo Sharingan? Then I guess Naruto wins. Do you think that Sasuke's Genjutsu is too much for Naruto to handle? Then I guess Sasuke wins. There are a lot of arguments you can make for both parties, but neither of them have been shown fighting one another yet. And since at the time of this video's release, we're pretty much right at the time skip, I don't think that we're going to get any proof of who's stronger. So this is probably, like the last one, just going to stay a tie forever.
Well, I think we will see that Sasuke is stronger because Naruto is sealed away right now.
Yeah.
And Sasuke is training with Boruto. And that's why you said the time skip is about to happen. So we're about to see Sasuke after the time skip. Maybe he's gotten stronger. So
yeah, he'll have like a few years head start because it is stated that, he kept them in the Daikoken dimension, which is stated to be a dimension where time doesn't move. So like when Naruto does get released, he'll be literally the same person that he was when he went in. So they will not have aged a single day or even a single second. So I do like, dude, imagine what that would be like if, like, let's say it's been, well, it depends on how much the time skip or how much time it's been when we get reintroduced to them. I don't think it's going to be too long. I'm guessing maybe it'll be like Naruto where it'll be like 2, maybe 3 years or 2.5 years. I'm guessing. I don't think it's going to be too long. But what I'm guessing is that, like, imagine that Naruto gets released from the Daikoken dimension and then looks at his son and he'll see like he's all grown up, and then he'll realize that, oh shit, I've been in there for years. Like how much time's passed. And not only that, but he'll look at Sasuke and he'll be like, oh, I mean, if Sasuke's alive, which we don't know. I mean, so many people have pointed out that they've been raising a lot of death flags for Sasuke. So, I mean, I feel like that would be really interesting to find out from Naruto. Like, how would he react if he were to be released and he realized that Sasuke died and he was sealed away and he couldn't even try to do anything to stop that? Like that would be, I don't know. Again, like I'm still of the belief that they're not going to kill him off. I don't think they're going to do that. I could be wrong. We'll see. But yeah, I'm really curious to the moment when he does get released and um he like he looks at everyone and sees that or realizes that a lot of time has passed. Both Naruto and Hinata are going to look at their son and their daughter and they're going to realize that, oh, like they grew up and we weren't even there to see it, which that would actually be like really terrible as a parent. And I think it would honestly make Naruto hate Kawaki even more because, like he missed out on the chance to see, his kids grow up a little bit. I mean, I don't think they're going to be like 30-year-olds and Naruto wouldn't see them. I think it's only going to be a couple of years, but still, like any amount of time you take away from parents, when it comes to their kids, it's not a good idea. Um,
Maybe we'll see that confirmation. But as of now, that's just speculation and we don't know.
So, the final score for everybody, Sasuke has Land of Waves, Forest of Death, Chunin Exam Finals, Sasuke Retrieval, Kazekage Rescue, Tenchi Bridge, Akatsuki Suppression, Mid-War, and the last.
And Kage Summit, if you want to throw that in there, because
Yeah.
we said that was a tie. And then, you could also talk about Boruto and the post-nerfs, because we said that was a tie too, and you can choose if you want. So if you include those, it's 12, but if you don't, it's 9 for Sasuke.
Then Naruto has the Chunin Exam Preliminaries, Search for Tsunade, Pain Arc, Late War, and 6 pads.
And then if you include the tie rounds, he has 8. Without them, he has 5.
So, Sasuke wins more than he loses here. Even if you give every tiebreaker to Naruto, Sasuke still comes out on top. This was not done on purpose. None of these arguments were disingenuous. And none of these
I feel like
categories were
people will,
inserted disingenuously either. Even if you give all of the ties to Naruto and still, like, for some reason, insert Baryon mode in there as well, just as, like, a bonus win condition for him, then they still only, like, tie. And that is the most generous interpretation of the entire series possible for Naruto, with like an added, basically like free space for him. So it wasn't on purpose,
That's well. The thing is, I don't think it's fair to include Baryon mode because remember what they said at the beginning of the video. Like every version of Naruto has to include like the counterpart version of Sasuke. Like you have Sage Mode Naruto, you have Mangekyo Sharingan Sasuke, you've got KCM Naruto, all of them, and EMS Sasuke. And then you have 6 paths Naruto and 6 paths Sasuke. So you see, and then you have. So if you're gonna include Baryon mode Naruto, excuse me, and you got to include like the Sasuke equivalent of that. And up until this point, we don't have that. Maybe we'll get that at some point in this series. Like eventually, maybe Sasuke will have his own quote unquote Baryon mode moment where he like has this temporary power up that lets him eclipse like the other characters that we've seen up until this point. But it's like a last resort type thing that maybe results in him having to give up his life. Maybe we'll see something like that. And then you can put that up against Baryon mode Naruto and we'll see who wins. But up until now, we don't have that version for Sasuke, so you can't include Baryon mode Naruto.
Neither of us went into this with the intent of making Sasuke win the little mini game here, I guess. But
if you want
just how the cookie crumbles.
The two Uchiha boys, we definitely didn't make the video to say Sasuke won. 100%. It just happened to come down this way with the specific rounds that we chose for the video.
Well, what other rounds would you introduce where Naruto wins?
I mean, it's just how it went down. So,
But anyway, if you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to Six as well. I'll leave the link to his channel down in the description.
Same thing, guys. Links to both of their channels will be available in the description of this video, so check them out.
He uploads a lot of Naruto content, more frequently than I do, actually. So if you're hungry for, the sort of stuff that you saw us discussing here, head on over to his channel and you won't be disappointed. But also, let both of us know, do you disagree with us on any of these? Who you think would win in, say, the Chunin exam finals. You think Naruto could tough it out? The Kage Summit is the one that I'm most interested in hearing from you guys about, though. I want to know you guys' opinion on that.
Well, I already
but
gave
if
my
you
opinion
do
on
give
it.
a
Again,
differing opinion, don't
This is
just
what the video
say,
play out.
"Oh, blank would win this." Show your work. Tell me why. I want to be introduced to new perspectives.
Because, I mean, that was definitely the longest portion of the video. And when we were talking about it, that's the one we got hung up on. Literally the only one where we were like, well, I guess we got hung up on some of the stuff in part 1, but it got solved in like 5 minutes. That one was like an hour-long conversation, maybe longer. So I'm definitely interested to hear how people would take that otherwise. And maybe, maybe we didn't bring something up that you thought was super important.
Yeah.
Right?
It is a 700 chapter series, more including the Boruto stuff that we talked about. So we may have let some stuff fly under our radar. I'm pretty sure we did a good job. I think that we covered everything, but if we missed anything, let us know.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
So yeah, that's the video. And guys, like I said, links to both their videos will be available in the description, or link to the video that we just watched will be available in the description. So if you want to go watch it yourself on your own time, there you go. Check out that link, and I'll leave a link to Swag's channel as well as Six's channel again in the description. So make sure to check that out. And if you've watched up until this point, please consider leaving a like. Share this video out there. Subscribe if you're new and if you enjoy my content, and if you want to support the channel, make sure to click on the subscribe button and make sure to click on the bell icon to be notified whenever a new video goes out. And please, guys, consider becoming a member. It is a great way to help support the channel, and you also get some perks. And comment down below with your thoughts, as well as any recommendations. If there's a video out there you want me to react to and give my thoughts on, just tell me about it in the comment section down below, and I will get to it. And with all that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a good rest of the day, and I hope I'll see you guys for my next one. Bye for now.